Every generation gives rise to a new star, an actress so gifted in acting that it feels like a gift from the gods, a woman whose performances are so convincing, so captivating, that you merely stand up, applaud and say, Golden Globe, Oscar, genius. Rachel Zegler is that actress, ladies and gentlemen, a once-in-a-lifetime talent. We are blessed to bear witness to her magnificence. Meryl Streep, sit down and weep, for here is why Ms. Rachel is the new acting queen of Hollywood. A technique seldom seen and rarely perfected, the side-eye scroll. The bard himself said the eyes are the window to the soul, and this perfectly delivered scroll conveys a sense of surprise, uncertainty, and innate charisma. How many times do her eyes move back and forth? In slow motion, the artistry is revealed. 5 times. Some actors require decades of practice to even attempt such a maneuver. Rachel, astonishingly, accomplished this feat at the delicate age of 21. Pray tell, is this a scene from Macbeth? Othello? Indeed, it is not. Snow White. Despite being but a mere children's film, Rachel's eyes are impressively expressive. Here. Look closely. No, closer. She's done it again. This may be the defining moment in the race for the Oscar. To do it once could be a fluke. To do it twice shows an artist at the peak of their powers. Director Mark Webb was so enamored by this scene that he almost cut Gal Gadot out of the shot. Perhaps he should have cut her out of the movie entirely, for Rachel's star burns so bright here that Snow White looks white hot, a Snow White supernova. If a picture says 1,000 words, this one says smouldering 1,000 times. Rachel looks like Keira Knightley, if Keira was playing one of the ugly stepsisters in Cinderella. Where previous Disney princesses erred, Rachel bettered. Snow White has not the look of a woman someday waiting for a prince to come, but waiting for a haircut. The long, luscious locks of previous Disney princesses highlighted their regality. Some may say Snow White's bob should be illegal, yet it offers kitchen sink realism.
What about my father?
Let's slow that down. Majestic. If Rachel loses interest in being the world's greatest living actress, then she surely has a second career in shampoo commercials. Her hair moves with the grace of Grace Kelly and the elegance of a dance at the Grand Ballroom in Blackpool. The only scene that comes close in recent memory, Halle Berry in The Little Mermaid. The face that launched 1,000 YouTube thumbnails. At first it looks CGI, but alas, it really is her eye. Why does she look like Sloth in the Goonies? When women are in mortal danger as Rachel is here, they do not have time to apply their makeup, do their eyelashes or put on foundation. Nay, they are in the heat of the battle, and a face like this would scare away even the most intrepid of incelibate woodsmen.
Please!
As he proves, for he immediately sends her on her way. Do not scoff at Sloth. Rachel's genius, like Van Gogh's, may be misconstrued at first, but upon deeper inspection it shines as bright as a starry, starry night. Speaking of the heat of the battle, here Rachel looks like she is in heat. What is there to fear? Nothing, for this is a deer. The transformation is remarkable. Before, pure terror. After, the same, but now she has stopped panting. Look at those eyes. Rachel's subtle alleviation of her anxiety gives rise to eyes almost as large as the deer's itself. The technical term for this is videomorphic. She is so into the scene that she is no longer acting, but has become the scene itself. In this case, she is not looking at the deer, but is the deer. A case of method acting? No. Rachel is a method all unto herself. Indeed, the method should be abolished and replaced with the Rachel. Has there ever been a more beautiful head-to-pillow scene? Even in the most mundane of actions, Rachel brings magical nuance. Look at how she moves. Is the princess troubled by her thoughts? Do the 7 dwarfs have a bedbug infestation? Only in the mind of this brilliant actress can such information be correctly ascertained. A clap of thunder, but once more you can only clap at Rachel's performance. She takes a full 3 seconds to react. One may wonder why director Webb didn't do another take, but it's clear this double take was intentional. Snow White has early onset dementia. There are so many layers to Rachel's acting that it feels like a labyrinth, yet once you reach the end of the maze, you sit in amazement. Does her genius know no bounds?
The Queen lied about my father. What if he's still alive?
Lines delivered with such conviction that they should be sent straight to death row. Since she was a lost little girl, Snow White has yearned for her father, the man who gave meaning to her life and melody to her music. And here, in this simple but stunning line, Rachel captures it all.
What if he's still alive?
The endless sorrow, the eternal longing, the dream of a reunion, all encapsulated in 7 superlative words.
What if he's still alive?
Laurence Olivier would say, not much. He would be speechless. He passed away in 1989.
Had no choice but to run. The Queen wants me dead.
No choice but to run, and no choice but admire acting more wooden than the trees that surround them. Snow White has led such a sheltered life in the castle that her life in peril is as dramatic as watching a squirrel forage for nuts.
The Queen wants me dead.
A lesser actor in this scene overacts. Queen Rachel strips acting down to its core and chooses not to act at all. If simplicity is genius, simple Rachel is simply the best. Hold that there. Yes, Prince Charming, the little chap at the back, their faces etched in terror, fearful that on this day things won't go their way. Rachel, staring in the wrong direction, with eyes buggier than Windows 11. Yet this scene is a masterful window into Snow White's thinking, for she worries not for her own life, but her companions. Martin Scorsese coined the term absolute cinema, and now, dear viewer, we can mint a new meme. Let's play a game. The Watch Rachel's Face game. Have you ever seen such grace? Her eyes flutter, her lip curls, and then... exquisite. How subtle. The soft tilt of the head and arch of the eyebrows. Without any subtitle or signposting, we all know this means true love. Where art thou, Rachel? Gentlemen, should you ever be fortunate enough to see this look from a lady, one as wonderful as she, know one thing. You have won the lottery. She wants the ring. This gesture, she wants babies too. Here it is, the most pivotal scene in Snow White, perhaps the most important scene in Disney's history. It birthed an empire and spawned an entire industry. Animation. The evil queen disguised as an old lady will tell Rachel that her true love is imprisoned in the castle. It is the most dramatic moment in the movie. It sets in motion all the events that follow. If this scene fails, the whole story collapses. It's make or break. How will Rachel play it?
I'm afraid he's been captured by the Queen.
Captured? No.
She doesn't. Genius. Most actors would have built the tension, amped up the apprehension, and signalled the intention to instantly free him from detention. Not Rachel. In acting school, student Zegler would have received an F grade for this performance, but her teachers would have had to remark, this is A+ acting. She's rightly saving all the drama for the big bite. One could bite into an apple 1,000 times and never make it sound as crunchy as that. Rachel nails it on the first bite. And now, for the money shot.
Snow White. Who is the fairest one of all?
Oh, what majesty, what beauty, what realism. Truly how one envisions Snow White in live action. Compare this scene to Aurora in Maleficent, and there is no contest. Ellie Fanning dropped to her knees like a fangirl at a BTS concert. Rachel looks like she just shot heroin. Do we want our Disney heroines to be sleeping beauties, or girlfriends next door? If it's the latter, Rachel has no equal. In this age of realism, Disney has finally come of age.
It's time.
Time?
Time to restore our kingdom.
You wouldn't know it, but this is Snow White's sire Maximus.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, and I will have my vengeance.
Russell Crowe was pure ham. He ate so much scenery that he ballooned to 250 pounds. Rachel will not be gaining any weight, for she gives zero weight to this scene. In her words, there is as much gravitas as there is gravity in the darkest depths of space.
We're not afraid.
Don't be.
Not anymore.
Oh, wow.
The dwarf means business. Serious. The evil queen better watch out.
Then neither am I.
Rachel, in her genius, once again removes the serious. A smile. One begs the question, why is she grinning from ear to ear? This scene is supposed to drive the action towards a dramatic confrontation, the epic climax of the Snow White story arc. There's only one explanation. This is a children's movie, and, in Disney, Rachel shows revenge is not a dish best served cold, but served with a big smile, a bottle of milk, and a warm blanket.
Leave. Now. And never come back.
Gal Gadot's reaction says it all. She's never coming back to work with Rachel again.
Now.
Ms. Zegler not only steals every scene, she vandalizes it, graffitis it, writes her name all over it with a big Sharpie pen that says, I don't care if you're Wonder Woman, Meryl Streep, or the Resurrection of Christ, my god, that Oscar is mine. When's that award ceremony already?
Weird. Weird.